Hi,
Hi, good
Tulika. How are you? Okay, great.
evening.
Hi, Tulika. Good evening. Welcome.
Okay, let's start. So I'll share my screen here. You all can see my screen, right? Okay, great.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Networking and Learning Group. Today is the 37th webinar by NLG. I'm excited with an amazing speaker today. He is my close friend as well. And the topic is very interesting, something new, 5 mantras to thrive in life and career. Isn't it exciting? Thank you for being here and registering with us for this webinar. Appreciate your timing. You could be watching Netflix, you could be doing something else or going out with your family, but you chose to be here. That shows the commitment, the excitement to learn the 5 mantras today. NLG, what is it about? What do I call it? Why do I call it the Networking and Learning Group? It is co-founded by Jason Abraham and myself, Sushma Priju. Jason is an amazing individual with stories going around with him since past few weeks. You can follow him. He has been doing amazing interviews with so many different personalities from various sectors, various industries on different experiences. It has been wonderful watching those stories. Thank you, Jason, for what you have been doing. He is on a mission to connect with 100,000 people. That's an amazing mission. And I am also with him. He is Canva specialist. I'm doing Canva because of Jason. He's the one who showed me how to learn, how to teach, he taught me how to use Canva, and he has been doing it since quite a few long time now. Thank you, Jason, for sharing that with us on this platform. He's avid listener, value content creator, and internal auditor by profession. Myself, Sushma Priju, I'm an HR generalist and NLP master coach. I love HR and I am still with that, and I'll be with this. It's an amazing area to touch upon. Who are the pillars of NLG? What you see here has so much of work behind the scenes. We have amazing team with us. Takyuddin Theaparambil, who is QHSE professional, and he has started his own small company with an amazing industry, which is food industry. Anil Kunaku, he is an HR professional and NLP master practitioner, coach and mentor. Both have been working with us, supporting us. You have been seeing the quotes from AK, which is Anil Kunaku, within our group. So that's the pillars of NLG. Why is NLG? We created this group to network, learn, and share knowledge with each other. You have seen these speakers from various industries sharing so much with us, their knowledge, their experience. So that's what NLG is all about. We have two different groups, NLG League and NLG Careers, which is more on job search and vacancies. NLG League is about sharing any concerns or experiences or any queries, that's on NLG League. You can connect with us on Facebook, WhatsApp, and LinkedIn. We will be sharing the groups so that we will be sharing the links, of these groups so that you can join if you are not the part of our group, as well as you can share it with others. Before we proceed further, I would like to remind, please share the link of this webinar through which you have joined with your family and friends so that they can also take advantage of this amazing session today. Certain rules to follow. You all will be on mute after I finish. You may use your chat box, the comments, reaction buttons to show your engagement. And you may ask questions at the end using chat box or by raising your hand. I'm sure there is so much to take from this session. Please be ready with your papers or books and pen because there is so much of learning today. These are few of the webinars we have conducted already. We had the first interview conference of 2021 with 3 speakers and amazing chief guest on 9th of Jan. Last week we had Sameer GP, and this week is Avil Pinto. He is known as the game changer. Why is it so? He has turned around the life for so many. That's where his name comes from, the game changer. If you want to change something, he's the right person to do that for you. He's HR by profession and supply chain manager with Friesland Campina in Dubai. He is certified NLP coach as well. He's my mentor in so many areas. I've learned so much from Avil, the videos, the speeches, the speed, so many things. How do we cooperate with each other? How do we learn from each other? What is the growth all about? So many things I have learned from him. He's an amazing personality. I have known him since more than 2 years now, and it has been a wonderful journey since then. He's a mentor and storyteller as well. He has completed his MBA in General Management. He's founder of amazing group called Dubai Jobs Hunt, which caters to job seekers and professionals, those who are seeking to advancement in the career. The group is non-profit group and it has more than 21,000 members on Facebook. It's an amazing group and please follow him. Please join that group. I'll be sharing the link soon. The videos, the content shared on the group is wonderful. He's two Toastmasters and he's also president of Arabian Dreams Toastmasters Club. He has amazing family with 3 kids and a wife. And I'm so honored to welcome you here, Avil. All yours. Please take us through the 5 mantras of today. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, splendid Sushma, for the warm introduction. Firstly, it's a privilege and honor to be speaking at Networking and Learning Group, the 37th episode. Well done, Jason, Sushma, and team, Taki and Anil, the pillars. And warm good evening to everyone out here, the audience, the amazing audience. I believe that you all are ready to embrace, ready to learn, ready to take the 5 mantras to thrive in life and career. But before I start, I would like to ask you a question. How are you all feeling right now? And let's make it a dialogue than a monologue. So I would like to seek your energy so that I can build 10x of energy to give what I am here for. So how are you feeling? Let me see the chat box. Feeling good, great. Okay. Now, today is the 23rd day of the new year, 2021. How has it started? How has it been for you? Good, better, or vice versa? Post your comments on the chat box. I would like to know how has it been. Stefan says amazing. Sushma says awesome, amazing, blessed, super. JD, thank you. New year, thriving, amazing stuff. Okay, now, as I said, if you engage with me, I promise to give my energy 10x. Okay, now let's reflect on how the year has been so far, including 2020. And I will ask you 3 questions and I'll give you 10 seconds so that you can write down about the response in your book. Okay. So the first question goes like this. What was your biggest challenge in 2021? What was your biggest challenge in 2021? Now, you don't have to put it on the chat box, but you can take a note in your notebook or in your digital devices, in your phone. How was your biggest challenge in 2020? I hope you all are taking notes. 5 seconds more. It can be 1 word, 1 sentence. Now, the question number 2. What was your biggest achievement in 2020? What was your biggest achievement? It can be 1 word, 1 sentence. 10 seconds for you. Bring it on. The biggest achievement. It could be finishing a course, connecting with more people, finding a better job, anything that you feel proud about. Or something that a new learning from whatever that we have faced. Question number 3. What was your biggest learning discovery in 2020? What did you discover new? Something that you never thought. While there was lockdown, there were challenges, you couldn't visit family. In fact, my own family, in my family, I lost 3 of my dearest family members. My dad's brother, my uncle who I looked up to, he was my role model, and my grandmother, mother's mother. Now, these were the challenges. I couldn't visit them. It was painful, but I discovered something. What is that discovery for you? It could be some situation, some discovery that you have experienced. Okay, I hope you all have written. Now, let me come to another question. Years ago, I was reading or searching in Google, and I came across this statement. What is the difference between where you are and where you want to be? What is the difference between where you are right now and where you want to be? Fill in the blanks. Now, I would like you to post it in the chat box, whatever is the answer. What is the difference between where you are right now and where you wish to be or where you want to be? What is the difference? What do you think it is? Let me see some answers. Tulika, thank you. It's action. Okay. Who else? Who else? Bring it on. Just do it. Belief, motivation. Wow, interesting. Any more there? We have more than 20 people here. Be yourself. Thank you, Adnan. Supriya, self-growth, confidence. Fantastic. Now, if I put together all of this, what could be that one word that could resonate? What could be that one word? And I define that one word, or I relate to it, which I would like to share today with all of you. The difference between where I am right now or where I want to be is the change. Change. Change is the word, change. I want to change. Change in what? Action, efforts, thinking, motivation, inspiration. That is the change. I want to change for better. I want to change. I want to be the better version of myself. That's the change. Now today, if you have written down these responses to these 3 questions, what is the change you have experienced in 2020? What is that change? Okay. Now comes next. If you have experienced change, if you have felt it, now let me ask you another question. What are your 3 priorities for this year? What are your 3 priorities for 2021? What you want to do or achieve this year? 3 priorities. It could be finishing a course. It could be attending more sessions for personal development. It could be changing your career, getting a better job. It could be quality time with your family. It could be learning new skills, language, upskilling, reskilling, anything. 3 priorities for 2021. It could be a goal, buying a house, seeing that savings in your bank account, diversifying investments, money, knowledge, happiness. Thank you, Renira. You are one person that inspires me in terms of acquiring certificates. Super. Okay. Okay. Are you all excited? Awesome. Awesome. Right now, I would encourage you to raise your hand, the right hand. Okay. And take it behind your back and tap it. Tap it. Thank you. You did the first step towards change. You took the first step towards making that difference to your life. Answering these 3 questions and the 4th question, which I asked you about setting your priorities. How do you feel right now? Do you see any clarity? Do you see any change in you? Tulika, thank you. Yes, self-encouragement. Adnan, thank you. Who else? How do you feel right now? Clear picture, Sushma, thank you. Commitment. Feeling mission-oriented. Thank you. Bring it on, guys. The more you are taking action, the more you are engaging in thinking and having the engagement, putting your thoughts into the chat box, it will show that you are ready for action. You are ready for change. And only then I will be committed to share those 5 mantras with all of you. Because without having those priorities, without having that commitment or willingness to change, then those 5 mantras will not help. I can share those 5 mantras in 5 minutes. You can search it on YouTube, it's on Google. It has been probably shared by almost all other speakers you might have heard. But today, I will give a different perspective, a different flavor. Like Sushma introduced, that I've been doing a lot of video stories. I've done over 200 videos on Dubai Jobs Hunt. It's a group for job seekers, from how to prepare for interviews to how to have a positive mindset. And we have done so many testimonials. I have a page called Abel Pinto, the Game Changer, where I have done over 30 moral stories, motivating stories. Now having all this experience and personally one-to-one sessions, over 100 sessions, group sessions to over 3,000 people. But today what I'm going to share with you, I'm doing it for the first time. And you guys are lucky. And this is very unique. I have personally not seen any other speakers doing this, but I will share something that can make a difference. I'm going to share 5 stories with all of you, 5 stories. Each story will have a moral. And that moral will define the mantra. Now the question is, do you like stories? If yes, type in the chat, yes, I like stories. Bring it on. Love it. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Okay. I believe you all are ready with your notebook, pen to take notes as much as possible. So the first story goes like this. Now, I would not tell the moral. I would not tell the mantra. I would leave to you to share it in the chat box. What is your take from this story? For this, you have to be engaged. You have to be laser focused on what I say and how I narrate. Is that a deal? Is that a fair deal? I'm taking out time for you So I would encourage you to give that time for me now so that you will learn something new. Story number 1. It's about chicken and eagle. There was a huge cotton farm, and in between stood a giant tree, and that tree was the home for an eagle nest. Eagle had hatched eggs. One day there was a huge storm, blowing winds threw one of the egg out of the nest and it fell on the cotton bed. Luckily, it didn't break. Next morning, the chicken, which also had laid eggs around the tree, it noticed this egg, but it felt that it is of her own egg, and it continued hatching. Chicks came out after some time. The egg of the eagle, the eaglet, came out, and it was surrounded with all the chicks, and it also thought that the eaglet is also part of the chicken family. It started eating what chickens ate. It started going around in the fields. One day, the mother eagle, flying up in the sky, suddenly realized that the eaglet out there with the chickens looks like her baby. Suddenly, from the sky, it flies down like aeroplane landing the runway, and it tries to tell the eaglet, "Eaglet, you are not a chicken. You are meant to fly. You are not supposed to be on the ground." Eaglet wouldn't believe, because by then eaglet is already part of chicken's family. The mother eagle tries to convince the eaglet, but eaglet wouldn't believe. The mother again flies back. It's restless now. It has to teach the lesson. It has to make the eaglet realize that the eaglet can fly. Once again, it flies down, catches her, and flies up in the sky. The eaglet is wondering what is happening. It is scared. Now the mother eagle just opens the claws. The eaglet is up in the air. Now there is no other option. It has to spread its wings and it has to fly. It starts flapping its wings and it realizes that it can fly. Eaglet believed that it can fly. It was part of the chicken family, so it never realized that it could fly. What is the moral of this story? Put it in the chat box. The eaglet, the baby eagle, when it was with the family of chickens, believed that it can't fly. But when it realized that it can fly, what made that eaglet fly up in the sky? Wow, I love the takeaways here. We should know our potential, capability. When you're left with no choice, you realize how strong you are. Amazing, Elizabeth. Thank you so much. Believe in yourself that you can do more. Wenzil, thank you. Syed, realize your potential. Adnan, thank you for sharing. Believe and realization. Kamal, thank you for sharing. Identify your potential. We have so much of potential within ourselves. Thank you, Sushma. Now that comes to mantra number 1. It's absolutely true. We have to believe in ourselves. But how would we believe when we are surrounded with people like chickens around us? And we think that we are one like them. If you have heard a famous quote by Swami Vivekananda, you become an average of the 5 people you surround with. You become an average of the 5 people you surround with. The baby eagle also believed that it can't fly because it was surrounded with chickens who believed that they can't fly. And now the mantra that I'm going to share with you is, I surround with the best people around me who understand my abilities. Write this down. I surround with best people around me who understand my abilities. We all are blessed with infinite potential, but we limit ourselves. We limit ourselves because of our experiences, our upbringing, our nature, nurture. So many factors influence our thinking patterns, our belief system. Do you say this to yourself? I am not good enough. I am too old to do that. I have tried it multiple times and I've failed. Do you relate to me? I am too old to do that. I am not good enough. If you relate to what I'm saying, that means you are limiting your potential. You are limiting your potential. Now, when you surround with the best of the people, if they believe in your abilities, they will tell you, Avil, you can do this. Wenzel, you have this ability. Then you get that empowerment. You get encouraged. You get motivated. Choose the 5 people around you and see the difference that can happen. If you're a job seeker and somebody tells you you're not worth, you're not capable, you don't have relevant experience, what do you feel? Take up whatever it comes. Market is challenging. And so many things you get bombarded with. Now, who should you associate and listen to? Who are your firelighters? Is it empowering or is it disempowering? Watch out for words, the statements that you hear, because every word is so powerful. It can lift you up, it can drain you, it can take you into depression. So it's very important to surround yourself with the best people. So mantra number 1, I surround myself with the best people who understand my abilities. Sounds good? Getting value? If yes, put it in the chat box before I move into the next story. The next story is also very exciting. These are the stories which I already narrated in my Game Changer page, and I thought it would be the best way that I can share the mantras with the moral of the story. Yeah. And also, with the mantra, when you say, I surround myself with the best who believe in my greater abilities, you can also start saying to yourself, I am possible and I can do it. I am possible and I can do it. These are the mantras that I chant every single day. I am possible and I can do it. Because whether you say I can or I can't, it is the same. It is the as they say, the two sides of the same coin. I can or I can't. When you say I can, you will. When you say you can't, you can't. Right? And that's the belief. Okay. Now, the next story, story number 2. The title of the story is 7 Wonders. Shilpa was a 9-year-old girl from a village who had to move to a town, and there she enrolled into a school. A new city, new school. First day of the school, grade 4. As she enters into the class, all other students look at her. They start making faces. They start laughing at her. And soon the teacher enters the class. As soon as she enters, she introduces the new student to the rest of the class. And then the teacher announces that today we have a surprise test to all of you. Take out your notebooks and pen, be ready for the question so that you can answer this surprise test. But the teacher tells Shilpa, since you have not attended the previous classes, it's okay. You have a choice whether you want to answer or not. But if you know the answer, you can volunteer to write in the answer sheet. And the question is from the teacher. What are the 7 wonders? Write down the 7 wonders of the world. Now, those students who knew already, they start writing. They start writing the 7 wonders. One by one, they finish and they are handing over the answer sheet to the teacher. While the Shilpa sitting in the corner is thinking. After some time, she starts writing. Now, the whole class has submitted the answer sheets to the teacher, but Shilpa continues to write. Now, the teacher is amazed. What are you writing so much? Shilpa responds gently. Ma'am, there are so many wonders. I can't just limit for 7. Anyhow, finishes and hands over the paper to the teacher. Now, teacher, with excitement, starts looking at all the answers from her students. And the 7 wonders, people have written it right. Majority of the students are right. They've written the Taj Mahal, the Great Wall of China, the Pyramid of the Giza, the Colosseum of Italy, and so on and so forth. The teacher is very happy, that the students have been attentive and they've given the right answers. Now, at the end, she checks the answer sheet of Shilpa. When she read it, she's amazed. She is amazed. Guess what Shilpa has written? You think she has written the 7 wonders? She has written the 7 wonders which opened eyes for the students as well as for the teacher. She has written the 7 wonders are our ability to see, ability to hear, ability to feel, touch, taste, ability to be kind to other people, ability to love. Amazing. The teacher was touched. She had no words. Such amazing wonders, gifts that we all are blessed with. Are we counting on our blessings? Right now, wherever you're sitting, you can see, you can touch, you can feel, you can love, you can be kind. Do we realize these wonders? Oh, what is there to learn from this story? What is the moral for you? I would love to hear from you on the chat box, please. Waiting. Wow, there are 45 messages. Practice gratitude. Perceptions matters. Thank you, Vitri. Appreciate what you have. Thank you so much, Sushma. Elizabeth has written, practice gratitude, for true miracles are just around you. Fantastic. Be thankful always to God we have. Awesome. Thinking outside the box. Thank you, Jason. Absolutely. Everybody who shared it, bravo, kudos. Thank you so much. Now, what could be the mantra associated with this model? So the first mantra from the belief was, I am surrounded with best people who believe in my greater abilities. I'm possible and I can do it. Now the mantra for story number 2, write this down, please. I love myself. I love myself. I honor myself. I respect myself. I love myself. I honor myself. I respect myself. I am a magnet. I am a magnet for, fill in the blanks. I'm a magnet for abundance, health, relationships, love, jobs, career, whatever you wish. I am a magnet for. I'm not a magnet for empty bank balance. I'm not a magnet for not having enough. I'm not a magnet for I'm old. I'm not a magnet for I'm not capable. I'm a magnet for being resourceful. I'm a magnet for infinite possibilities. I'm a magnet for resourcefulness that I'm blessed with already. If you want to know more about this, search for this lady called Muniba Mirza. She has no legs. She's so beautiful, and she got married at an early age, and at an accident, she was bedridden, but she didn't stop. She's in a wheelchair right now for last 10 years. But the way she's using her abilities to inspire the world is mesmerizing. I am inspired by the way she comes out and delivers her wisdom experience to the world. She makes use of her abilities. She loves herself even though she's challenged. I'm a magnet. Tulika, thank you. Adnan, willpower. Okay, good. I hope these two mantras right now would serve you towards starting that journey in attracting your priorities. Okay. Now, by the end of another 3 stories, you will have all of that you need, all the mantras. Now, the third story. Who is excited for the third story? Say an yes in the chat box, and I shall start now. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Sushma, thank you. Okay. The third story goes like this: the farmer and the howling dog. So there was a farmer who had fields, and he had a dog. Every day in the morning, he would go to the fields, come back. To watch the sunset, he would sit on his rocking chair at the entrance of his house. Is a portico, and he would sit there. He would sip his chai or tea and rock on the rocking chair. And while he would rock on the rocking chair, the dog would always howl. Ow! The dog would howl. Ow! And every time the chair went behind, the dog would howl. Ow! The neighbor, who is also a farmer, was wondering why this dog howls at this particular time every single day. What is wrong with this dog? Out of curiosity, he comes and checks with the farmer. Why is your dog howling at this time every single day? Now the farmer says, you know what? When I am rocking on my chair, the tail of the dog goes under that step. And while it goes under that step, it pains. That's why he howls. Ow! Now the other farmer is puzzled. Now, if it is paining, why the dog is not moving its tail? As simple as that, right? It's going through the pain, but it is not moving its tail. So the farmer replies to him, yes, it does pain the dog, but it doesn't pain enough. It doesn't pain enough. It doesn't pain enough. Over to you for the moral story. What is the moral of the story? Why would the dog not move the tail? Yes, of course, it is not paining him enough. But why would only enjoy his howling? Oh! Learn sooner and faster. Thank you, Elizabeth. Wow, that is super fast.
Was not his burning desire.
Okay, put it in the chat box. Yes, the dog has no burning desire. Get rid of comfort zone. Brilliant. Supriya, thank you for sharing. Pain is not enough for change. Lenovo, whoever it is, thank you for sharing. Brilliant. He loves his masters to be enough to still there. Rarira. Oh man. Punam, thank you. Comfort zone. Now, what I learned from here is we all go through pain in our life, and somewhere we get comfortable. Have you ever traveled in Mumbai trains? Have you ever, if you know or if you have seen, I lived in Mumbai for 6 long years, and the moment you enter the train, you automatically go in. Nobody has to push you, or you automatically come out. I was in pain, but I got comfortable with it. I was grumbling. I had issue traveling by train, but I had to get acquainted. I had to get okay with it. And I got okay with it. I was in pain, just like the dog. I was in pain. Now, likewise, we all are in pain in some way or the other. I wouldn't specifically call it as a pain. It could be a challenge. It could be a struggle. It could be anything that we are going through. But somewhere we get okay with it. What the dog could have done instead? What did I do not to travel by train when I was in Bombay? I chose other modes of transport. I bought a bike. Okay, so what did I do? What action did I take? Okay, I changed. Change is the name of the game. Thank you, Wenzel. So the mantra here from this story is, I am taking action now. I am taking action now towards achieving excellence. Towards achieving excellence. I turn pain into motivation, challenge into opportunities. I am taking action now towards achieving excellence. I turn pain into motivation, challenges into opportunities. Write that down, please. I'm taking action now. I want to achieve that, but I would always wish it would happen. It cannot happen. You have to take action. Change will come with action. I am taking action now. Okay, how many of you are excited? How many of you are getting value from this? Say yes, show a thumbs up so I know that you are here with me and you are getting that value from these stories, and help these mantras would help you. Okay. Let's go to another story. Thank you, Jason. Thank you so much. Sushma, 3 values. 2 more. Okay, I'll be quick. Story number 4. Stone and a little boy. Stone and a little boy. So little boy goes to his father. Daddy, what is the value of our life? What is the value of our life? So dad goes to a cupboard. It's a showcase, and removes a stone from it and hands it over to the boy's hand and says, son, go to the market. Whoever you find, ask what is the value of this stone. Don't sell, just ask what is the value of this stone. And then come back. The boy gently runs, and first person that he talks to is the vegetable vendor. And he shows that stone to the vendor, and the vendor says, okay, it looks pretty okay with me, but I don't know the real value of this. Probably I can offer $2 for this stone. The boy says, okay, only $2. Okay, he comes back home and he says, Dad, this vegetable vendor offered me $2. Okay, now go back into the street and get into a grocery. Ask the grocery person. So he runs back and goes and asks the grocery person. He looks at the stone and he feels this looks pretty good. Maybe the boy doesn't know, maybe I will check later. But he offers him $20. Okay, the grocery merchant offers him $20. Now from $2 to $20. The boy is excited. Wow, $20. He comes back home, tells dad. Now dad says, okay, now go to a hardware shop. Again, he runs back, goes to the hardware shop, shows the stone. The hardware shop, that guy probably was intelligent, probably was smart enough to know the value. He says, I will offer you $200. Okay, the boy is excited. $200 for this stone. It was lying in the showcase. I never thought it had $200 value. Now he comes back again, explains this to dad. Dad says, now go to the jeweler. He runs back, goes to the jeweler. As a jeweler, when he sees that stone, he is surprised. He says, "Boy, from where did you get this stone? It is so precious. It's a gem. Where did you find it?" So the boy says, "My dad had it. What would you offer for this?" He says, "It's priceless. It's priceless, but I will offer you $200,000. $200,000 for the same stone, where the vegetable vendor offered $2, then the grocery man offered $20, and then $200. Now it is $200,000. Wow. He comes back, tells dad, and dad tells the son, "Son, you see, the same stone, different people have different valuations. So our real value is priceless. Our real value of life is priceless. But you have to go to the right person to know what is your true worth." Now, over to you for the moral of the story. Partially, I have said it already. Oh, wow, that was a big sharing from, I think, Elizabeth. I would not read. Wenzel, value yourself. Never undervalue yourself, and never know your value. Your network is your net worth. Jason, thank you. Thank you. Absolutely. You can have so many sharings on the same story. I never thought of network is a net worth. It's bang on. Thank you so much. Right man for the right job. Adnan, thank you for sharing. Okay, now what could be the mantra to learn, to adapt from this story? Write this down. Write this down. The mantra number 4. I am precious. I am born for greatness. I am precious and I am born for greatness. I am blessed with all the resources to be resourceful. I'm blessed with all the resources to be resourceful. All I have to do is ask the right people. I am blessed with all the resources to be resourceful, but all I have to do is ask the right people. Now, I will connect this back to our story number 1, believing in yourself, surrounding with the right people. If you do the step 1 right, then everything will follow well. Okay? But you have to tell yourself, I am precious and I'm born for greatness. Each of us have a purpose in our life. We are born in this world. We are on this planet for a reason. Connect your life for that purpose, for that reason, and you see the greatness that you will thrive out of who you are and who you meant to be. You're not meant to be poor. You're not meant to be struggling. You're not meant to be the way you would have been. You're meant to be thriving. You're meant to be for greatness. You're meant to do extraordinary. The day I realized this, things changed for me. This mantra has helped me big time. And that's the reason I want to tell you that we all are precious. We are precious. So tell, I am precious. Okay. Super. Don't devaluate yourself. Thank you, Adnan. Appreciate yourself as much as you can appreciate yourself. Now, guys, story number 5. I'm so excited. I've completed 4 stories. Now, the 5th story. Lovely. Now, the 5th story goes like this. I hope you all are taking notes. Okay. I have to finish this in the next 5 minutes and then we will get into Q&A. Yeah. Story number 5, struggles of life. A girl comes to her father. Dad, I'm struggling. I'm fed up with all the struggles day after day. If one is sorted, another struggle arrives. How do I deal with this life? I'm very upset. Help me with this. I can't face these struggles anymore. Now, dad takes her into the kitchen. Dad is a chef. So he tries to experiment something so that he wants to give a message to her daughter, to his daughter. Now he brings 3 pots, places it on the stove, and then he pours water into these 3 pots. The girl is wondering, what is dad doing? And then he picks a potato, a hard potato, and then puts it in one of the pot. And then he brings egg, a fragile egg, and puts it in the second pot. And then he picks few coffee beans and puts it in the third pot. And he switches on the gas burner and let it be on fire. After 10 minutes, the water is boiling, and the girl is wondering what is happening. Why is dad taking me to the kitchen? And 3 pots. He put potato in one, egg in the other pot, and coffee beans in the third pot. She's restless now. She wants an answer from her father. So she asked Dad, what are you trying to tell me? What is this? I can't wait. I'm restless. So Dad says, wait for another 5 minutes. Let it boil. And it continues to boil. And after 15 minutes, the girl is eager to know what this father is doing. The dad asked the daughter, the first pot has potato. Yes, Dad, it is potato. The second has egg. Third has coffee beans. Yes, I know it. So Dad says, look, my dear, when I put the hard potato into the boiling water, it has turned soft. What about the egg? The fragile egg has become hard inside. What about the coffee beans? The coffee beans, when infused with water, has turned into aromatic coffee. So what do I got to do with this potato turning soft or egg turning into hard and then coffee beans turning into coffee drink? Now the girl is still puzzled. Finally, the dad asked one question. My dear girl, all these 3 pots, all these 3 things, potato, egg, and coffee beans, went into the same adversity. What is the adversity? The boiling water. The test of the 3 was the same, boiling water. How did it transform? How did it change its form from hard to becoming soft, from fragile to be hard, and coffee beans turning into a nice aromatic coffee? In our life, we go through adversities like that boiling water, challenges, pains, job losses, loss of life, adversities. What form do we change to? What do we become? How do we face it? Do we become soft like the potato, or like hard like an egg, or turn into an amazing aromatic coffee? Struggles come in our life to help us learn. It's a stepping stone for better opportunities, for growth. Now, if you're facing any struggles, if you have faced any struggles, have you been the same or have you evolved? Have you evolved? Thank you so much. 3 beautiful perspectives. Evolve. Thank you so much, Sushma. Dissolve and change the form gives flavor coffee beans. Thank you. Now, before I ask for the moral, you all already started sharing out there. Grow with challenges, ready to transformation. Thank you so much, Giri. My mentor 5 years back told me this, and that changed my life. I was always focusing on challenges. My focus was challenges, problems, issues, not having enough, I'm not good enough, all of it. He told me one statement that changed everything. When you face a challenge, you can go through it. Go through it. Or you can grow through it. Grow through it. This is the lesson the little girl found from her father's experiment. We grow in our life through challenges. And since then, I told myself, I embrace challenges. I embrace challenges. Bring it on. Because I become bigger than the challenge. I grow bigger than the challenge. And challenges makes me stronger. So what can be the mantra here? What could be the mantra? The mantra here is, write it down. Mantra number 5. I get better and stronger with every situation. I get better and stronger with every situation. I grow through the challenges. I grow through the challenges, guys. I grow through the challenges. I embrace as a stepping stone to success. I embrace challenge as a stepping stone to success. Amazing, isn't it? It's hard, but it is worth it. It's not easy to tell yourself when you're going through that pain. But that is the trick. Your mind is what controls your life. So mind, 20 grams brain. Now, how you tune in your mind is what is important. Now, these 5 mantras can shift you from limiting to empowering. But how long you would keep saying these mantras? That's a question. I have been practicing these mantras, which is called as affirmations. Affirmations. I've been doing this for the last 4 years consistently. I write it every single day. And I have coined myself A to Z of affirmations. A to Z of affirmations. I am awesome, amazing, adorable. I am bold and so many buoyant. And every letter I have coined an adjective that will make me who I want to be. And then the mantras, like we chant bhajan, we chant our prayers. And there is a reason for chanting. And that chanting will help you reconfigure, reset the way you think. And when this changes, the way you think changes, your life changes. And I'm not the first one to say this. There are books. There's a library here. And there are possible so many books that I can share with you, which says, thoughts create your reality. Thoughts create your reality. Now, these mantras are your thoughts. Now, where does it come from? It should come from your belief system that I am capable, I am possible, and I can do it. I love myself, I respect myself, I honor myself. I am precious, I am born for greatness. And when you say these mantras, your life will start changing. Your life will start changing. Give me a shout out, give me a heart like if these mantras you relate your life and whether it will help you change your life. Do you relate to these mantras? Boom. Thank you, Wenzel. Thank you so much. Now I have another story, which will be short and quick. JD, it was an amazing sharing. Our listening to you in an hour is already so inspiring. Looking forward. Thank you so much, JD. Thank you for joining all the way from the Netherlands. Thank you, Sushma. Okay, now to conclude, I have another short story which I narrated to my son when he was 6 years old. And the change that I saw in him has inspired me, and that's why I'm sharing today. Okay. So how many of you like apples? How many of you have eaten apples? Even if you don't like apples, doctor says 1 apple a day keeps the doctor away. So the core of the apple, what do you see after eating? Okay. You see the seed. Okay, thank you, Kamal, thank you, the seed. Now, imagine you sow the seed on the fertile ground, fertile soil. What it would grow into? The seed of an apple, what it would grow as? Apple tree. So first it will turn into a sapling, and then a plant, an apple plant, and then it will turn into an apple tree. How many days, months, years it might take to become an apple tree, to grow into an apple tree? Months, years, probably, right? Okay. Does it happen in overnight? Does it happen in 2-3 days, 2-3 months? No. Probably you will see the plant, but to grow into a tree and bear fruits, it will take probably a year. Now, tell me something. This apple seed, which grows into apple tree, what fruits it will bear? What fruits it will bear? What fruits it will bear? Apple. Well, don't be so silly. Obviously, it is apple. It's not guava or watermelon or orange, right? Absolutely right. It is apple. Correct. You're right. It's common sense. It's logical. It's science. Apple tree has to bear apple fruits. Brilliant. You got it. Now imagine. Now imagine that seed. That seed is like a mantra. Is like a mantra. And that mantra, you're sowing, you're watering, you're nurturing, you're nourishing. How it will turn into become for you. If I tell myself, I am precious, and every day I keep saying, I am precious, I am precious. I am surrounded with the best people who understand my greatness, my abilities, who believe in my abilities. I'm born for greatness. Now, when you recite these mantras, just like sowing the seed and harvesting the bounty, and what is it? The apple fruits. And in here, whatever that you desire, whatever that you want out of your life. But mantras makes a difference. Affirmations makes a difference. And with this, I conclude and I encourage, think of that apple seed. If I say I can't do it, the rest of your life, you will never be able to do it. But if you say that I have the ability, I have the resources, all I need to do is I have to learn how to do it, and I can do it. My son, who used to tell me, Daddy, it's too hard for me to read, it's not possible, I can't do it. Today, he narrates stories on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel called Aryan Show. Whenever he says, I can't, I remind him, what are you sowing? What fruits you want to harvest? It's amazing. It's amazing to remind, what are you sowing? In Bible, it's very famous statement. You shall reap what you sow. What you sow shall you reap. What you sow shall you reap. Sorry, twist of tongue. What you sow shall you reap. What are you sowing here? What mantras are you reciting? These are my life learnings, and these 5 mantras that I have put together to help you to thrive, not only in life, in everything that you do. Say, I am a magnet for abundance, I'm a magnet for relationship, I'm a magnet for wonderful relationships, loving, caring, understanding relationships. Okay, all of this will help you achieve excellence in whatever that you do. So with this, I thank you and I conclude for being great listeners, for being great audience. I could give this energy because I saw so much energy in exchange, everyone participating and sharing your reflections, your learnings and takeaways. Thank you, Jason, once again, and Sushma for having me on this platform.
Awesome, awesome. Wonderful energy, wonderful learnings, 5 different stories. I would say 6 different stories, Will. And thank you for so amazing lessons you have shared with us. Thank you, audience, for being here and being engaged with this conversation. It was really awesome. So, what do I say more? I'm so excited. I have listed down all the 5 mantras which you promised to give today. Thank you, Avil.
Thank you.
I have a question here.
Yes.
So, as you spoke about affirmations,
Yeah.
how important are they, or how many times should they be repeated? What time of the day should I be affirming myself?
Great question. Great question. I would do it early in the morning as soon as I wake up. Okay. There's a reason, because your mind is fresh, and um, the best way to do affirmations is to write it down. Okay. It builds tremendous energy. You vibrate with another level of energy, because when you say I am awesome, I'm amazing, I'm proud of my achievements, I'm awesome the way I am, I love myself, I'm infinite, I'm wonderful, I'm a master storyteller, I'm understanding, caring, loving, and just saying these things, it reminds about yourself. Okay. And that builds your positivity, and it changes your outlook about yourself first, because we create our own destiny. You are the commander of your ship and master of your destiny. Now if I want to define where I want to go, then I should know first where I want to go, right? Now once I know where I want to go, then accordingly I have to build my tools and build myself, develop myself to get there. I'm giving an example right now of Elon Musk. He is now he's the richest man in the world, the richest man, right? Now he was a nobody at one point in time, but today he dreamt, over the period of time, he dreamt to take humans to another planet. Okay, he founded SpaceX, he founded Tesla, right? Revolutionary thinking. Now, when I thought of someone going to another planet, I started laughing, because for us, planet was the only planet for humans. That was what taught in our schools, right? But when somebody thinks of going to Mars and settling people out there and actually implementing, taking actions to build SpaceX so that people can be transported to another planet, was salute. But what did he do? He focused, he took action, and only single laser focused belief, laser focus, that he wants to make this happen. He wants to make it a reality. Likewise for everything. Whenever we thought of email, would it work? WhatsApp, would it work? So many things people have founded, they started with the thought and then putting into action. But coming back to affirmations, these people, when you talk to them, they have high belief system in them, and this belief system coming from their own self affirmations. What do they talk to themselves? And this is super important. And that's why these mantras are important for you. What do you tell yourself? And the best time of the day is to wake up in the morning and write it, or you can write it before you just fall off to sleep. Okay. Before you fall off to sleep, you are actually feeding into your subconscious mind. And subconscious mind is active while you're sleeping. In fact, I learned a new tool which I want to share here. Okay. I call my subconscious mind my gladiator. And I command my gladiator, while I'm sleeping, do this for me. While I'm sleeping, help me with this. If I'm struggling with something, my gladiator, please help me with this. I'm struggling with this. Help me to find an answer for this. And next day, you have no idea. I would get a phone call. I would get connected to somebody who is a solution for me. Like, awesome. Subconscious mind is powerful. Sometimes when you think of a loved one, they call you. What does it call? Telepathy. Where is it coming from? You're thinking. There is an energy which transmits. Thoughts have the frequency, but you have to match those frequencies to the universe. So yes, That's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. So that is my another question, and partially it has been answered, Avil, where I wanted to ask how to transform the negative beliefs, because many people, they have negative beliefs about themselves, about their surroundings. So that's my next question.
Yes, Sushma, here I would like to take a minute because sometimes I have lived my life with holding so many limiting beliefs, which I was not aware. I was not aware that I used to talk so much to myself, which was not in the interest of my growth or excellence. Just for example, I am not good enough. This statement has always kept me back. And I'll tell you where all I have struggled with this. In a boardroom with the senior people, I would think that I'm not good enough. If I say, that would not be perceived well. But that idea, when somebody else told, I'm like, wow, I had this in my mind. I should have shared it. Why I am not sharing is because I feel not worthy. I am not worthy. Can you believe it? This feeling of what I'm telling myself has held me. Like how you chain that elephant in the circus. Although the elephant has the ability to break that freaking chain, but the elephant has that belief system instilled from that when the baby is so super small, that tiny rope, it can't break, and it believes that it can't break. And while it become hefty, giant elephant, it has the ability to crash people in front or destroy everything, but it would not dare to break that chain because belief, right? So understanding what are your limiting beliefs is the first step to excellence. If you are looking at why you are struggling in an area, why you're not getting the results, first step, what do you talk to yourself? Ask this question, what am I talking to myself? In a situation, what do you tell yourself? And when you list down all those thought patterns, then you realize that, oh, I'm telling this to myself. Okay, and majority, there are 5-6 limiting beliefs which are dealt in my coaching experience. Since I've done NLP, I help identify people about their limiting beliefs. And it's strange that most of the people, 90% of the people, they feel they don't have the ability to take risk, or they don't have the ability to take it's not that they don't have the ability, they just don't take the action because they feel that they're not good enough, right? And this stands number one among all the limiting beliefs. I'm too old for it, right? Now imagine the power of that one mantra which you are unaware to address it in your mind. Instead of saying I'm not good enough, just keep saying I'm good enough, I'm worthy, I'm blessed with everything that I need. That will change the perspective. But it depends whether the person wants to get out of that and make a difference to his life or her life. I took that charge. I identified my limiting beliefs, and then things started working. I was able to do more, which I was limiting myself. So I think, yeah, hope that answers the question.
Yes, that's awesome. Like, what am I talking to myself? Great.
Yes.
Great question to ask ourselves. Thank you, Avil. I have more questions, but before that, let me hand over to Jason. Yes, Jason, go ahead.
Thank you so much. I won't take much of a time. Thank you so much, Avil. It's an honor to host you. And I completely understand the feelings and the pain you have taken to give 1 hour, more than 1 hour session to the audience, completely free of cost. So this is such a great honor to share to get your knowledge, to get your experience. And thank you for the experiences you have shared. I know it's a complete personal experience you have shared through this stories, the 5 stories. And I really completely get all the 5 mantras. Thank you so much. And it's an honor again to host you. I've been following you for the last 1 year, and you're truly an inspiration for me. One of the inspiration among the 5 which I have set in my records. And because of you, I have started talking on the public events as well. Because of DGH and the Facebook postings, I really had a inspiration, a calling inside me to come up on the platform and really talk. So thank you so much again for sharing your thoughts. Thank you for inspiring the whole audience. I would like to give the opportunity for other audience to come and speak. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jason. That means a lot.
Thank you.
Somewhere the efforts of doing videos have inspired people around. Nice to hear. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Adnan has raised hand. Adnan, you can ask your question. Adnan, are you there? You must have received a prompt.
Yes. Thank you so much for the section, and it was a great experience so far. Abel, I just want to ask one question. Is just keep you on confusing that how we can change our mindset that people are using you or they are some sort of make use of them, taking credit of your work, taking credit of the experiences, making misuse of. So how we can just change our this type of thought.
Okay. One of the things that firstly, thank you, Adnan, for raising this question. It was something that has bothered me also in the past. Okay. What did I do about it? Right. There are certain things which are in my control. Okay. Now, whatever Sushma tells me, it's not in my control. It's coming from her tongue. Correct. So I would focus on my efforts, what I can do in the best ability of what is within my control. Now, when I look at someone else, whether he's trustworthy, whether I can trust that person, it's not in my control. But what I can tell myself is, I, again, surround with people who are trustworthy. I trust them and they trust me. And it is mutual. And the more you put doubt in your mind, the more you encounter the same people. Okay. It's like the more you talk, the more you attract that. I have an aunt, I would not name her, but she frequently gets headache. Okay. And she gives, I have headache. I always get headache. I always get headache. Her headache never subsides or goes away because she always keep telling her I have headache. No matter how many doctors she goes, I have headache, because it is a belief in her body or in her that my body is forever. I have to live with this headache. But imagine if she changes this thought. Okay, I am healthy, I am fit, I am fine, I'm blessed. Now, that requires a dedicated effort. It can't happen in 1 week, 2 weeks. You try it like, I'll try for 1 week. So if you're on a trial mode, don't try. Okay. It's like this, my specs is in my hand. Okay. If I try to hold it, try to hold it. I cannot try to hold. Either I have to hold or I have to keep it down. Either I have to hold or keep it down. There is nothing called try. So when you go into that try mode, things will not work. So what you have to do is condition yourself that I'm going to focus and I'm going to, whoever that I meet are people who are trustworthy. Okay. I trust them and they trust me. And when you adapt this change in you and this way of thinking, you will start meeting people who you want to meet. Okay.
Okay.
So you'll attract that. If you want more help in having to attract the right people around you, connect with me. I can help you with it. Okay.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adnan. Thank you for being active participant today. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any more questions? Any comments? Please feel free to share with us. Avil is here, sparing his time with us. Thank you, Avil. And before we get any questions, let me share my screen. Okay, I have a question. Fine, I'll unmute you, Sudevanji. Yes, please.
Hi, Aval. Good evening. It was a wonderful session.
Thank you, Sudevan.
It was both time on this. Right. Thank you, Sushma, for sharing the link. Thank you, Jason. Yeah. See, as the first story goes with, like, surround yourself with people who are positive and believe that, okay, you believe in your capability. Okay, fine. When it comes to certain situations, you can always ensure that, okay, you surround with people who are good, who have a belief in you. But there are certain times wherein you cannot get rid of people, certain people who are in your life that who
Yes.
are negative. How do you manage?
Excellent. Thank you so much for asking. Okay, now in my family there are many people, okay, who will not believe in what you can, but outsiders believe. Yeah. If घर की मुर्गी दाल बराबर, they believe, they say it's the right saying actually. But then it's about me. What do I want to hear and what do I want to ignore? So rightly they say, right, God has given 2 years. Sometimes you have to filter it. What you have to take it, you take it. What you have to ignore, ignore. I think this is the best way. This is the best policy or things that I work at. A lot of people tell me in my family itself and closed ones, okay, that I believe it's not possible. You can't do it, right? You come from a village. You don't have a formal English education. How would you do, right? In fact, when I was doing videos starting, if you look at my channel 3 years back, I would do so many mistakes in English. Okay. And it made me feel that I'm not good enough. People laughed at me, including my own family, right? Now, what do I do? The thing that drove me towards excellence or to pursue what I do is my end goal, end purpose, right? And when that was really strong, somebody said burning desire. The dog didn't have the burning desire. Now, when the burning desire is so strong, everything else will fall in place. Then your mind is focused about getting there than listening to people around. Now, if you watch a lot of Hollywood movies or South Indian movies, there's always this hero, and in the family they say, "Nahi ho sakta hai, you can't do it," and then he challenges and he does. Now, this is an example. In his own family, in her own family, they see people who are really negative, but they only look at what that they want to achieve, that goal, that dream that is so strong to achieve it. These negativity sometimes becomes secondary, right? So I think this is what I could share from my personal journey. I hope that helps with them.
Yeah. But there are certain times, as you rightly said, pick up those positives and
Yes.
plug it up and don't let this negativity enter inside. But when you're of negative and positive,
Yeah. In fact, since we're on this topic, there's this amazing book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Okay. Now, in that, the being proactive, there's a circle of control and circle of influence, which Stephen Covey talks about. Now, what is in your control? What others tell or what others talk, it's not in my control. So what's in my control is the way I think about myself and what I want to do. So I think that would also give you more deeper insights if you want to really excel at this particular area. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudevanji. He's an amazing trainer. Thank you for asking that question. Okay, we have another great person who has raised his hand, Ramanujamji.
Yes, good evening. Good evening, Sushma. Good evening, Avil Pinto. Nice talking to you in this evening. Mantras. We learned some 5-6 mantras. Really, it was very good.
Thank you.
My question to you is, you see, we know this, 7 habits and the circle of influence, what we can control, we cannot control. But the biggest challenge is the known people and the family circles and the closed ones. The same question again I am raising. It is very, very difficult to handle them. Because I am positive. They are not negative, but they are in a very high level of comfort zone. They don't want to come out. This is the problem between the families and the closed ones.
Yes.
What is your view on this? How we can break this ice?
Now, when you're dealing with family, there are many things that you have to keep in mind: relationships and connections and support. So many things that have to be kept in mind. Now, it depends on situation to situation. Now, what is that holds you or makes you feel that it is limiting, okay, your uh, from your circle, right? Now, it has happened to me many a times. Okay. Then I ask myself, if I listen or if I have to just do what my immediate family circle would say, would it keep me happy? Would I be content? Would I be satisfied? Or would I be able to serve my purpose? Right. And this is constantly I keep asking. Now, when I get the answer no, then obviously I have to do what I want to do, right? And sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it's not easy. But luckily, if you are in a way to get a buy-in and show them the bigger picture of what you intend. I know that they're in the comfort zone. I know that it's challenging, but when you start showing small results, probably that could help them support you. That could help them be part of your belief system. It's not an easy one, but it is worth it if you take that decision for yourself. If you are deep into your values and your identity and beliefs, it can help you. I hope
Thank you, Avil Pinto.
this helps. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really challenging. Actually, the known circle of
Yeah.
influence is bit challenging than the outer circle or unknown circle or unknown people. This is where we are surviving.
Yes. No, Ramanujan, what I did was when I had these challenges, I reached out to my coach. Okay. And the solutions that I got was mind blowing. But it again depends on person to person. Yeah. And sometimes we can't think from what we know, because what we know is the 10%. What we don't know is the rest of the 90%.
Yes.
Now, in order to get into that, what we don't know, into that zone, there is somebody who might know or help you or give that solution. But it's again, five fingers are not the same. It has to be person to person. It is based on the situation. So, yeah.
Thank you, Avil. Sorry, I could not come over video because my internet is very weak.
No,
Sometimes
totally
it used to
fine.
get.
But you are participating. You ask question. That is, I'm grateful. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Avil. Thank you, everyone. Susma. Yeah.
Thank you, Ramanujanji, always being here. One of our prominent mastermind member as well.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Awesome.
Thank you. Great. Yeah.
Okay. Any more questions? Any comments? Please feel free to share. Meanwhile, I'll share my screen. Okay. So we are almost at the end of the session, and I would like to thank Avil Pinto, the game changer, for being here and sharing the different perspectives, the mantras. It was an awesome session, Avil. As always, you brought something new, some different perspective, some new learnings as well. Thank you for sharing your experience, your stories. It was awesome. Who is the next week's speaker? So our next week's speaker is Naina Shaiju. She's Business Development Executive, DTM. She's an expert on art of selling, and she's a marketing manager with Brainsty. So please join us again next Saturday, 30th of Jan, and we will all be welcoming you again on NLG platform. Thank you all. Thank you very much, the main audience here. It was awesome session with so much of engagement. It was a dialogue. Loved the energy. Thank you all for asking the beautiful questions. Yes. Anything else you would like to share, either Avil, Jason, or anyone else? The floor is open for next 2-3 minutes, and then we'll close the session.
It's all being said, Sushma. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Avil, how are you? How are you feeling?
No, I'm feeling great. I could probably continue for another 2 hours. When it comes to sharing, it naturally, I feel good
Yes.
because maybe my experience can help someone somewhere. And that's been my mission, to make a difference. So I think I just love sharing my personal experiences. And I've seen the difference that people have had in their life. And people say, why do you doing it for free? There should be some energy exchange. And it's like for me, I believe in Mother Teresa. I have instilled great belief in from her. Now she's Saint Mother Teresa. So give without any expectations, love without any judgments. I think that have made a big influence. Yeah. But of course, we can share these things, these sessions. But when it comes to certain aspects, of course, we cannot give more time. Then always there's opportunity to limit ourselves. I still see Elizabeth, my friend Poonam, a lot of gratitude that I can see on the chat box. Oh my God, and amazing.
Great, great, great. I have shared the social media links for Avil several times in the chat box. Please connect with him personally in case of any requirements.
Yeah.
He's an amazing coach, mentor.
I love helping job seekers to find themselves with the dream job or the desired one. Because again, it's 80% is a mindset which people challenge themselves with.
Yes, awesome. Great, great, great. Thank you for the wonderful evening. Thank you, everyone. Please share the link so that everyone else can benefit.
Our Vitri is here. Vitri.
How are you doing?
I'm very, very sorry. Some problem with my Bluetooth. I was just struggling to raise my voice, but it is also good that all the great people are just wonderful. I mean, I can see you are just improving and going to a different level, and you have a sharing attitude. It will take you to places. I want to see you in a bigger stages, praying to God. All the best to you.
We'll go together, Vitri. Thank you.
We all will go. We all will go. That is your heart. I mean, I know that you all will take it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We close now.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice evening. Good night.
Sushma, you arranged that vote of thanks in a different language.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Poonam.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys.